If you're only using Facebook and Instagram as the only way to advertise your daycare, I want you to stop and I want you to listen to this episode. So I hear this a lot. I don't need to have a website. I don't need to pay for ads. I don't need a blog. I don't need a referral program. I don't need anything because I just post on Facebook and Instagram. The reality is that Facebook and Instagram is always evolving, always changing. With AI, with Facebook's algorithm that keeps changing, with scroll fatigue, with all these things that are happening on our feeds, a lot of people are checking out. And if you are just depending on this traffic to get seen and to get enrollments, then you are going to find yourself in a pickle, friend, because you're going to quickly realize that maybe you used to post something back in the day, maybe a few years ago, and that would get a lot of engagement and replies. But, you're doing the same thing now and it's not working. So we have to always be thinking about all our traffic points and all our touch points when it comes to the online space, so the internet, and when it comes to your business. So putting all your eggs in one basket obviously is never a good idea. And in this episode, I really want to focus on what else should you be doing, okay? Because I am going out on a limb here and I'm going to say that if you are a home daycare provider and you're using Facebook and Instagram as the only way to advertise, you're probably either struggling with enrollment, you're most probably struggling to keep up with content every single day, posting, right? Different things, creating graphics, going live, doing all the things. And you're probably feeling as though you're posting all the time, but you feel like nobody's actually seeing anything. So that leaves you overwhelmed and kind of thinking, well, what are you doing wrong? Okay. So what other things should you be doing as you are, posting and leveraging the organic growth? Number one, you should definitely have a website. You want to tap into that Google search. When someone searches for Google for childcare near your area, you want to make sure that your website is found. Okay. So having your own domain name. So let's say example, littlelambs.com, right? You want to make sure it's a very simple name. You want to make sure that when you develop your website, that it's mobile friendly, that it has all the right keywords, that it loads quickly, right? These are all things to think about. And you always want to make sure that if someone lands on your website, there's a way you can get their email. Maybe a form, maybe a discount, whatever it is that you want to offer. You always want to be thinking about if someone actually lands on your website, how can you stay connected with them after that? And if you don't have anything to entice them, then they're just going to bounce and you're probably never going to hear from them again. Okay. So that's also something to consider. The other thing you want to think about is when someone does land on your website, is it easy for them to contact you without scrolling or clicking all over the place? Is all the right information accessible right on the homepage? Do they understand what makes your program or center different, better than the competition? Okay. Things to think about. So having a website that is found easily on search when someone is searching is the first thing. Second thing I want you to think about is your community, local partnerships. This is one of the things that I think a lot of providers drop the ball on because obviously it takes more time. You have to go out of your way to meet new people, to reach out. And, most probably you're busy, so you just don't feel like doing it. But if you are having a hard time getting noticed, tapping into that community, I think, is one of the best ways to get, those eyeballs on your business as well. So creating partnerships, referral programs with local mom and pop shops is a great way, not only to get new eyeballs on your platform, but also to meet other locals that are running business like you are, right? And really just kind of putting in your name out, making your community understand that, you're here and you're not going anywhere, right? The other thing you want to think about is making sure that you are leveraging things like local partnerships. So for example, let's say you follow someone that, was a pediatrician or a yoga instructor for kids, and they're local to you. Reaching out to them and asking them if they would mind, let's say either writing a post or sharing a post on your platforms or a blog post, or even better, hopping on a live chat on Instagram or Facebook and just sharing about your businesses, right? That's an excellent way to tap into that partnership with another business owner, but also to more local eyeballs. Obviously, when you're reaching out for someone like this, you want to make sure that their audience is the same as yours. So families that are local to you, right? But it's just a great way to get in front of more people. So we talked about your website. We talked about local businesses. We talked about social media a little bit, that, yeah, it's an important part of the puzzle. The other thing I want you to think about is live video. So if you are on Facebook or Instagram, why not make it a point to go live once a week and share about your program and answer questions? You would alert people that are following you ahead of time, and then you would just share about something 5 minutes, 10 minutes, doesn't have to be longer than that. I think that really reaches more families. It encourages moms and dads that may have never heard of you before to take notice, right? To listen. It encourages, it makes them see that, hey, there's a real person behind this brand. It's not just like a random person. Like, this is someone that actually cares. They're showing up. They're educating, right? They're a viable source when it comes to early learning or childcare, and we can trust them, right? I think that this live video is also a great way to get noticed. And the fun thing is that you can repurpose this. You can go on Facebook and Instagram, do your live. You can download the video and send it to your newsletter. You can upload it on your website. You can upload it on YouTube if you want. Like, you can do a lot of different things with it, right? And obviously, tapping into word of mouth advertising, right? So this is, I think, the most powerful way to get more people to enroll is if a mom and dad is happy with what you're offering and then goes out of their way to share with their friends and family. Obviously, as a business owner, you should actively be asking for reviews and testimonials, right? And then using that as leverage when you are, thinking about, well, I need enrollment, or we have a few spots that opened up, and taking those reviews and testimonials and sharing them everywhere and encouraging moms and dads to book a visit with you because so-and-so had an amazing experience, and you can guarantee that their child will have the same, right? So as you can see, you guys, there's a lot of different things you should be doing instead of just relying on Facebook and Instagram to post on social media. If you are on social media only, and at least the least thing you can do is make sure that you're creating content consistently, that you're sharing your message in local groups, that you're not spamming these big groups with your flyers all the time, and that you are staying consistent so that Facebook's algorithm could keep your post in the feed of local families, so that it doesn't get lost right through the feed. So there you have it, you guys. A few ways that you can advertise your daycare, not just simply by posting, but showing up everywhere online is the best way. I think the best marketing strategy to make sure that not only your program gets found, but that it's seen for more people, and that it actually gets the results that you want. And as a bonus, if you do have $5 a day to spend on ads, create a simple engagement campaign and run some local traffic to it so that your post gets seen by much more people faster. If you need help with that, if you need help with social media marketing or Facebook ads, I will put the links in the show notes. Make sure you click on those and you check those out. As always, I hope that this blesses you and your business. And I'll see you guys again in just a few days. If you're only using Facebook and Instagram as the only way to advertise your daycare, I want you to stop and I want you to listen to this episode. So I hear